The Unexpected Journey, a detailed story. Elara Thorne, a cartographer by profession, lived by the compass and the clock. Her life, much like her maps, was meticulously charted, every detail accounted for. Vacations were strategic expeditions, planned months in advance, down to the minute. So, when her boss announced a last-minute assignment to map a newly discovered archipelago in the southern Caribbean, Ilara's carefully laid summer plans dissolved like sandcastles in a high tide. The archipelago, a cluster of emerald islands scattered across a sapphire sea, was a cartographer's dream and Ilara's worst nightmare. Named the Whispering Isles by the locals, they were a labyrinth of hidden coves, uncharted reefs, and unpredictable weather patterns. Her initial discomfort was amplified by the lack of modern amenities. The main island, Isla Perdida, Lost Island, had only a handful of small guest houses, spotty internet access, and a distinct lack of the sterile, predictable environment Elara craved. Her first few days were a struggle. The constant hum of cicadas, the unfamiliar scent of exotic flowers, and the laid-back rhythm of island life grated on her nerves. She missed her routine, her perfectly brewed morning coffee, and the reliable hum of city life. The locals, a vibrant mix of descendants from African slaves and indigenous tribes, were friendly but perplexing. They spoke a melodic Creole dialect, their days dictated by the sun and the tides, not by schedules and deadlines. One afternoon, while attempting to calibrate her GPS equipment on a secluded beach, Elara encountered an old fisherman named Kai. His face was a roadmap of wrinkles etched by the sun and sea. His eyes held the deep wisdom of generations. He watched her struggle with the finicky device, a gentle smile playing on his lips. "The spirits of the sea don't take kindly to being caged in metal boxes," Kai said, his voice a low rumble. He offered to take her to the best vantage point for mapping, a hidden cove accessible only by boat. Reluctantly, Elara agreed. The journey was a revelation. Kai navigated the treacherous waters with an intuitive grace, his weathered hands guiding the small wooden boat through narrow channels and past hidden reefs. He pointed out constellations invisible from the city lights, told stories of ancient sea gods and mythical creatures, and shared the islanders' deep respect for the natural world. At the cove, Elara finally found the perfect spot for her work. As she meticulously recorded coordinates and sketched the coastline, she began to notice details she'd previously overlooked. The intricate patterns of the coral reefs, the vibrant colors of the tropical fish, the haunting melody of the wind whispering through the palm trees. Over the next few weeks, Elara spent more time with Kai and the other islanders. She learned to fish with hand-woven nets, to identify edible plants in the jungle, and to dance to the rhythmic beat of island drums. She even started to pick up a few phrases of Creole. One evening, during a community celebration under a canopy of stars, Elara found herself caught up in the infectious energy of the music and dance. She moved awkwardly at first, then gradually found herself swaying to the rhythm, her laughter mingling with the joyous sounds of the celebration. As her time on the Whispering Isles drew to a close, Elara realized she was no longer the same person who had arrived weeks before. The meticulously planned life she had clung to so tightly had loosened its grip. She had discovered a different kind of map, one not drawn with lines and coordinates, but with experiences and connections. She had learned to appreciate the unpredictable beauty of life, the wisdom of ancient traditions, and the profound joy of surrendering to the unexpected journey. Leaving Isla Perdida was bittersweet. Elara returned to her structured life, but she carried the spirit of the Whispering Isles within her. She still used maps, but she now understood that the true journey was not about reaching a destination, but about the transformations that occurred along the way. The unexpected journey had led her not to a place, but to a deeper understanding of herself and the world around her.